I've made a lot of AI animations, and in that time, I've made every mistake possible. Prompts that generated something totally random, videos that had no story, no flow, no soul. And honestly, I wasted so many credits getting here. But slowly things started clicking. The generations got better and better until they started looking like this.
He walked through a world that had forgotten itself. No voices, no life, only silence. Until he found her. Small, afraid, alone. And for the first time, he had something to protect. But darkness always finds what matters most. It came, not for him, but for her. And this time, he chose to stand and fight.
Hey, I'm Mira. I make AI animations for a living, and in this video, I'm going to show you my exact workflow. Everything from character creation all the way to narration, all done inside Higgsfield. It's an all-in-one platform with all the newest models under a single subscription. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Now, let's get into it. The first step is choosing your tools. For images, I use Nano Banana 2. For video, Kling 3.0 and Veo 3.1. And for narration, 11 Labs. Now, instead of juggling all of these tools separately, you can find everything inside Higgsfield. And specifically for this project, we'll mainly be working in Cinema Studio 2.5, which is honestly one of the best tools on the platform right now. The second step is pre-production. And honestly, this is the step most people skip, which is exactly why most AI animations fall apart after the first scene. This is where you plan everything out before you even touch a single tool, and it saves you from burning through credits on stuff that just doesn't work. So you need 3 things locked down: a story, your characters, and a storyboard. Let me walk through each one. So I either come up with it myself or use an LLM like ChatGPT to help build it. Either way, I set up what I call a master prompt, a system prompt you paste into your LLM that essentially turns it into an AI animation director. It takes your story idea and gives you back everything: the characters, the scenes, the prompts, and even the voiceover. It just makes the whole process so much faster. So paste this prompt into your LLM. I use ChatGPT, and then type, create a DreamWorks style animation story about a knight helping a small girl in an abandoned village. The LLM gives you a full breakdown: character prompts, the story, animation prompts, and narration. Now, let's move on to the third step, which is building characters. One image of your character is just not enough. Think about it. Your character is going to move across multiple scenes, different angles, different lighting. And if you only give the AI one reference image, it's going to interpret your character a little differently every single time. Different face, different outfit, slightly off in every scene. And just like that, all your consistency is gone. First, head over to Nano Banana 2 and generate 3 reference images using the character prompts from the master prompt: a front-facing shot, one from the left angle, and one from the right. So I paste the first prompt for the knight, which is a front-facing full body shot. Set the aspect ratio to 16:9, resolution to 2K, and hit generate. The image looks great and matches that DreamWorks animation style. Now, use that image as a reference and create the left angle image using the prompt provided. Hit generate. Once you get a good left angle image, create the right angle image using the prompt from ChatGPT, paste it in, and click generate. Once your images are ready, download them and go to Soulcast and upload them. Right now, we only created 3 images, but Higgsfield recommends creating 20 images for better results. Now, give your character a name and save it. That's your character locked in and ready to use. Next, let's create the second character, the Lost Girl. Paste the character prompt from ChatGPT into Nano Banana 2 and hit generate. Once the result looks good, use it as a reference and create the other 2 images. Then upload all 3 to Soulcast. Repeat this process until you've generated all the character images and uploaded them to Soulcast. Now, the fourth step is building your scenes inside Cinema Studio 2.5. The first thing you need is a location. Click the image option inside Cinema Studio, then change the section to locations. Prompt a wide shot of an abandoned medieval village in DreamWorks animation style. Once it looks good, save it. Now, switch back to the scenes section. This is where you can tag your characters, place them into your chosen location, and start creating your your first scene image. For the first image, I prompted a wide cinematic shot of the knight walking slowly through the abandoned village, then set aspect ratio to 16:9, the resolution to 2K, and click Generate. This came out exactly like the opening shot of a real animated film. For the second image, I prompted a medium shot of the young girl, hiding behind a broken cart, just her eyes peeking out, small hands gripping the edge. Click Generate. You feel the tension straight away just from the framing. That's the power of a good still image before you even touch animation. Now here's a simple trick for whenever you're stuck and don't know what to generate next. Just upload your current scene image into Nano Banana 2 and prompt it to predict the next logical shot. And you'll usually get a strong, usable result to keep things moving. There's also another hidden trick most people don't know about. If you don't have an image for the next scene, just save the last frame of your video and use it as the starting frame for the next section, making it much easier to create longer, seamless animations. The fifth step is animating, and this is where everything comes together. Click the video section in Cinema Studio 2.5 and you'll see 3 modes: single shot, multi-shot auto, and multi-shot manual. Let me quickly show you all 3 so you know what each one does. Single shot is the simplest mode. Here, I upload one of the images I created earlier. Then I use a prompt where the knight walks slowly through the village, fog drifting, soft wind, slight camera push in with a disgusted emotion. Then choose camera movement as static, set speed ramp as hero motion, duration to 5 seconds, and hit generate. It comes out really cinematic, exactly the kind of moody opening you'd want. Multi-shot manual is the one we're going to be using the most. This is where you build multiple connected shots in one generation and control every single detail of each one: the duration, camera movement, speed ramps, and emotions. Let me walk you through exactly how to set it up. Upload one of the images you created earlier and start prompting. For the first shot, the knight slowly kneels down in front of the girl beside the cart. Tag the knight, set emotion to trust, duration to 3 seconds. For the second shot, a close-up of the knight extending his hand forward slowly toward her. Tag the knight, emotion to trust, camera movement to zoom in, duration 3 seconds. For the third shot, a close-up of the girl hesitating, slowly reaching her tiny hand. Out from behind the cart, tag the girl, set emotion to hope, duration 3 seconds. For the fourth shot, a close-up of their hands meeting and holding. Soft, warm light, slight camera hold for an emotional pause. Duration 3 seconds. Set the quality to 1080p and click generate. The emotions come through clearly on both characters, and the whole sequence feels like a real scene from an animated film. Next, multi-shot auto is great for wider story moments, where you need multiple characters across different cuts. Upload the reference image, which is the last frame of the previous video. Set up 3 shots: the knight and the girl standing together in the village, then a cut to the villain stepping into frame alone on the opposite side of the street, then a cut back to the knight and girl with the tension rising between them. Tag the characters in the prompt, set duration to 12 seconds, and hit generate. The result handles all 3 characters really well, and the cuts feel natural. Continue generating all the animation scenes until you've animated the whole story. The 6th step is generating your narration, and this part is really simple. Inside Cinema Studio, click the audio option. Since the master prompt already outputs a voiceover at the end of your story, just copy that, paste it in, change the section to voiceover, pick a voice, I used Vlad, and hit generate.
He walked through a world that had forgotten itself. No voices, no life.
The audio syncs naturally with the scene and everything stays inside Higgs Field. The 7th and final step is putting it all together. Once you have all your clips, bring them into any video editing software. Line them up in order, trim the transitions, drop in your narration audio from Higgs Field, and export.
He walked through a world that had forgotten itself. No voices, no life, only silence. Until he found her. Small, afraid, alone. And for the first time, he had something to protect. But darkness always finds what matters most. It came, not for him, but for her. And this time, he chose to stand and fight.
Alright, that's it. Once you set up your character in Soulcast, everything just becomes easier. I'll leave the link to Higgs Field in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.